You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on D.Gray-man. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover an anime series particularly that is from 2006. For today's anime review is D.Gray-man. Yep, D.Gray-man is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Katsura Hoshino set in the alternate 19th century. It tells the story of a young Alan Walker who joins the organization of exorcists named, particularly, the Black Order. They use an ancient substance, innocence, to combat a man known as the Millennium Earl and his demonic army of Akuma, who intended to destroy humanity. Many characters were adapted from Hoshino's previous works and drafts, such as Zone. The series is noted for its dark narrative. Hoshino once rewrote a scene where she thought too violent for her young readers, particularly. So I'm here to be discussing about the anime series D.Gray-man, and which only lasted particularly like over 103 episodes from October 3rd, 2006 to September 30th, 2008 for this particular anime series like D.Gray-man. So, D.Gray-man is a shonen action adventure anime. It applies the typical formula, a long episode range with 19 to 20 minute animation, particularly endless storyline, and a main lead that predominates all overall. It pays a lot with religion. This is what actually makes it really interesting. Like almost all shonen animes, the first episode seems to be interesting. This because you don't know anything about the world in which the events are going to take place or about the protagonists of the story. So we meet Alan Walker, a 15-year-old boy who has the power to see Akumas means demons. They're basically mechanical killing machines in the term applied in this anime series adaptation. Yep. And has an anti-Akuma weapon to free the souls that hold them. By this time, this weapon works powered by innocence, a mysterious substance that has particularly a cubic form. It was supposedly created by God. Only those compatible with it can use it, particularly can become exorcists and join the Black Order to fight the Millenary Count, who is destined to destroy the world. The plot develops in the 19th century, mostly the European demography. Of course, you get to see some of regions of Asia as well, but the settings are usually European. Past the first 10 to 15 episodes, probably with the most people who aren't used to be watching shonen type animes, unless if they could watch shonen type animes, if they are fans of it in general, will easily get bored. I mean, D.Gray-man has a Inuyasha 100,000 plus Pearl fragments feeling to this anime series, but it does not develop that slowly, particularly. There is 140 plus innocence pieces to be found. Well, actually, no, if there was, some of them are already in possession of the Black Order. And even the events focus throughout in the first 40 to 45 episodes only on this objective, but then it drastically changes. From episode 50 comes as the ambience changes will be totally obvious. The objectives will change, the battles will get more ferocious, and the story will truly advance. D.Gray-man is an average anime up to like episode 50. Then it touches the realm of a masterpiece when it almost getting closer to basically like having 103 episodes on this particular anime series as well. I mean, to explain what it is about D.Gray-man, that how it is, if you ever seen the anime series D.Gray-man, that will stand the test of time, and the music was composed by Kaoru Wada, who is the music composer for the Inuyasha series, does the music for particularly D.Gray-man as well. Come to think of it, two are less than the satisfactory results here. Artistically speaking, I would define Gray-man as a varied. I mean, you'll see basically lots of characters, enemies, and companions. If I take the Akumas as an example of the artistic design is poor, on particularly 20 episodes, these are level 1 Akumas. Then the Akumas evolve into levels. Now they are. Here you can see what I'm talking about, variety and creativity. As the anime develops, you'll witness more crazy and unthinkable transformations and evolutions. The protagonists are very well designed. The weapons are of each one of them somehow reflects their own unique personality. The fighting sceneries are beautiful, and the bosses are more than fearsome in a funny way. Yep. Particularly in the overworld, Abinjan's boys' school and the Soul are just some of the artists you'll come across on the opening and the ending scenes. Then it translates them into an amazing sound experience that will glue you to the anime from the opening to the ending theme song as well. Unlike most anime theme songs and ending theme songs in certain animes in general, especially these, particularly this, how these sequences as well. The BMGs are well executed in the anime, add more suspense, spice up the action, and they ultimately transform good fights into epic confrontations on certain characters that you would expect if you ever see D.Gray-man as well. Even though I haven't done a review on D.Gray-man Hollow yet, but probably for another time, definitely one of the strongest points D.Gray-man achieves. I mean, the characters are typical shonen based. You will have the strong-willed, never surrender, even if I'm almost dead, Alan Walker, which is the main character lead, with his female companion and most probable romantic partner, Linali, the rival character Kanda Yui, and other companions that will be added to the party as the storyline progresses in D.Gray-man. One thing I didn't like was the lack of the airtime that some of the most interesting characters have. Generals, you get the glances of them at some point in the anime, but they do not appear as part of the plot until later on, something particularly later on in a different episode for the particular anime series like D.Gray-man. And for a short amount of time, that it really feels like a waste. Once you get to finally see them in action, also you don't get an almost any character development throughout the first half of the anime. Here to episode 50 plus again, a turning point in which characters develop at a good speed in it. 40 to 50 episode range, particularly if you've ever seen D.Gray-man, particularly as well. To be honest, when I first watched like all 103 episodes, because I had to keep going. If you want to regret on Evercall, if you want to see every episode, surely I really knew about it. I mean, the twists in the story started there and continued to the end, and made D.Gray-man really worth my time after watching 103 episodes. I mean, anyone should watch D.Gray-man if it's basically your average shonen anime. You'll understand once you dig into it. I mean, that's the thing for D.Gray-man, particularly. I mean, the characters, particularly. First of all, the main character, Alan Walker, is the exact opposite of the main shonen anime and manga characters. Alan Walker is the polite and klutzy type character who just loves to eat, but there's much more to him than meets the eye, just as there is with other characters. Of course, you have the comic relief Lavi, who can still fight. You have a guy who just seems to make you laugh every time you see him, such as Yui Kanda. You have a girl who can kick some serious ass, which is Linali. You have a really weird but cool adult figure, Kamui. And of course, there are some kick-ass villains who you just want to, who love or hate in general, but you have to keep reminding yourself that they are evil and will kill your favorite main characters, particularly. But that's how to the satisfactory results for D.Gray-man, because the music in D.Gray-man anime TV series that is basically composed by the music composer Kaoru Wada, who's known for the music on many score in anime such as Strange Dawn, Princess Tutu, Samurai 7, Casshern Sins, and Inuyasha particularly. Yep, because for the thing about D.Gray-man, the anime series was particularly have capsulated from only 103 episodes, particularly as from October 3rd, 2006 until September 30th, 2008. For if you ever see D.Gray-man as well. And yes, this anime series was created by the studio TMS Entertainment, which is known for their work on the Lupin the Third series, particularly. So yeah, for the thing about D.Gray-man, however, I mean, this has to the satisfactory result of in 2008, June 2006, Shueisha announced that D.Gray-man manga would adapt it as into an anime. It was the first episodes directed by Osamu Nabeshima and produced by Densetsu, Aniplex, EMS Entertainment, and TV Tokyo as well, because TMS Entertainment has provided the animation, while Aniplex has provided the music. The series began airing on October 3rd, 2006 on TV Tokyo. The anime's 51-episode first season is also known as First Stage, which ended on September 25th, 2007. The 52nd episode, second season, is also known as Second Stage, began on October 2nd, 2007, and ended on September 30th, 2008 as well, for basically a total of 103 episodes. The anime adapts the manga's storyline from the beginning and concludes after the destruction of the Black Order headquarters. I mean, the episodes were released by Aniplex on 26 DVDs from February 7th, 2007 to March 4th, 2009. I mean, the English language versions of the episodes were released. They're basically licensed by Funimation on there. I mean, for overall, I consider D.Gray-man a worth watching anime series. There is also D.Gray-man Hallow, which I haven't done a review on it yet, but I'll probably for like another time particularly, because D.Gray-man Hallow is basically like a sequel series as well. If you ever read either watch the anime or if you read the original manga as well, because D.Gray-man is particularly one of those interesting, unique shonen type animes. If you ever watch D.Gray-man, for the satisfactory results, because the music composer Kaoru Wada has posed for many who did the music for D.Gray-man. Unlike many animes that have music composers have not dreamed of what they're doing, creative work that'll stand the test of time. They have done this on the music on certain anime titles, which Kaoru Wada has a lot to do with. Two are less than the satisfactory results, because despite how I have my misgivings with particularly Pop Team Epic, which is one of my uniquest anime titles of 2008 up until Fire Force and Beastars arrived. But anyways, D.Gray-man, however, because I consider this one of those unique shonen type anime series. It's been a while since I watched all 103 episodes on there, because this is a outstanding shonen anime series. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you to check out this anime if you can get it on DVD as well, because this is an outstanding series. So that's going to be it for my anime review on D.Gray-man for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's the thoughts. When I first watched this, I really enjoyed it because this anime particularly has to the extent of Blue Exorcist or Soul Eater particularly. If you haven't seen D.Gray-man, you can watch it on Funimation, or if you can get it on DVD as well. Hope subscribe for content on my anime planet, link in the description below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook if you have a Twitter and Facebook account, and all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section below in this video if you like as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RurouniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. Hit the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified, and keep it otaku for this anime review. And I got another upcoming new anime review for tomorrow. What I have in mind here, what I got for the next. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got a new anime series tomorrow, starting with my tomorrow's anime review on Darling in the Franxx. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Darling in the Franxx, because you won't want to miss another anime review.